one. Yeah.
Thank you very much. All right, that's a wonderful ovation. Thanks for joining me. I'm Billy Ramirez, host of Wacky Wednesday here at LA School of Comedy, located at 10835 Santa Monica Boulevard, where we believe if someone told you you're funny, you probably are. So write it down and bring it from the page to the stage. Let's see what's going on. Should I talk about current events like censorship, Charlie Kirk? The only thing I want to talk about Charlie Kirk is I'm not anti-gun. I'm anti-bullet. I don't know, just gun violence has become a problem here in America. It's been a problem like my entire life. But there's also a problem of what is it, the male loneliness epidemic?
Yeah.
And I think, like Charlie Kirk getting sniped from 200 yards away, that's just yet another example of how we're ignoring the lost art of the drive-by nowadays. Yeah, I think I don't want to, spark any ideas in someone. But if you're planning on shooting someone, like, gather some friends, do it a drive-by. I think it'll be more fun. I think you'll feel less lonely. Yeah, that was a thought off the top of my head. So I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, but I don't know. Maybe these stupid thoughts are maybe one of the reasons why I'm pathetically single. I'm pathetically single, and it's fine. It's all my fault, so don't feel bad for me. But I just have an uncanny ability to just ruin my own chances with women. Sometimes it's a little out of my control, but it's still my fault. Like, for example, I think one of the reasons I'm single is because I'm ticklish. I'm very, very ticklish. And I'm not afraid to tell you that I'm ticklish because I'm violently ticklish. Like, I'm so ticklish that if I wish the wrong wish and ended up in the middle of a MMA fight, my only chance to not die immediately is if my opponent tickles me accidentally. Yeah, and if you tell someone that you're ticklish, like, people might get the urge to try to tickle you, but I wouldn't try it on me. Like, no testicles. You keep your testicles to yourself. It's still kind of fresh in my mind, but not too long ago, I took this woman home, poured some wine, and went to go sit down on the couch. And as we're sitting down, she accidentally brushes her elbow on my side, and then I just jumped like an electrified goat. Like, and then I basically jumped like a soccer player trying to draw a yellow card. And then because once she knew that I was ticklish for real, then she did it again on purpose. And then this time I spasmed and actually accidentally hit my wine glass across the living room floor. And there went my wine flying across the living room along with my chances, because when you're 8, being ticklish is adorable. You just tickle someone and giggle, whatever. But when you're in your 40s, it's a liability. It's like, as a matter of fact, I once ended a budding relationship because of how ticklish I am. I was hanging out at this woman's apartment, standing out on the balcony, staring out to nothing and everything at the same time. And then she comes up behind me, tickle, tickle. Oh my God, I am so sorry. Let me see your nose. Let me see. Oof. Full Picasso. Oh boy. It's not that bad. It was pretty bad. That was also the start of her blue period. That's a Picasso joke. And then she told me to Van Gogh home. And then I felt a little petty, so I told her, I'll go home, but you need to learn how to saison your chicken. I don't know a lot of painters. And then she got the last word, and she told me I was free to leave. I had to get a Mexican one in there anyways. But speaking of painter, this gentleman here, I think he should embark on a painting journey because I think he has a lot of emotions to put down on the canvas. And he already knows that I'm talking about him, so he's getting ready. So please welcome to the stage, the one and only Lee Schwartz.
Yeah. Thank you.
The joy of painting.
Thank you. Painting. I don't paint, ever. Never paint, ever. Will never paint. It's not in the cards for me. No. But this is kind of going to be like, I don't know what kind of set you're going to call this. It's called, I don't know. That's the name of the set. I don't know. I'm naming sets. No. I don't know set. But I think I should give a try as an exercise just one time. I want you to just come up with really, really difficult jobs like nuclear physicist, chemical engineer, that type of thing. So I'll just take turns. Because I watched this guy, Jimmy Brogan. He's like unbelievable. Do you know this guy?
Yeah, I've seen him.
Yeah, he's great with jobs. You know, he's like so quick. So I'm gonna try it. All right, come up with a really tough job. Not funny. Tough.
Longshoreman.
I can't spell that. I don't. I don't know anything about it, but I couldn't be able to. Yeah. Oh, well, that sounds messy. I don't want to deal with that. All right. Too messy for me. And I don't like blood. So probably involves blood. So, just a guess. I don't know. I couldn't go down there, probably. It'd just be too much for me. I'll get claustrophobic, probably.
Quadriplegic rodeo clown.
Oh, yeah. Well, I wouldn't want to go up down on all fours for that. So, you know, but yeah, it would take a lot for me to do that. I'd have to lose limbs, so that'd be a little sacrifice for a job for me, losing limbs. You know, and that's probably the requirements if you interview for the job, right? You can't have functioning limbs, and you have to have lose all your limbs, actually. Right. Okay. That kind of be profiling a little bit, you know. Because what they'd have to, you know, if you got two functioning limbs, that you can't do that job. So I don't know. So one more.
My turn?
Yeah, go ahead.
Deacon at a black church.
Okay. Well, I can't see myself doing that. It's too, dark for me. That's not. You shouldn't. That's racial. That's not it. You shouldn't do that. No, I shouldn't have done that. No. That's no good. No good.
Forensic accountant.
I'd have trouble also figuring that one out. Because counting what blood drops? Is that what? That's I don't know. I can't count. So.
How about janitor at one of those smut theaters?
Oh yeah, that's too dirty for me.
You don't want to be a
Yeah,
gym
it takes probably a lot of work too, cleaning up. You know, I get tired. You know, exhausted. All that cleanup. Ugh. So, too tiring for me, that job. So I'd pass. All right, last one, I guess.
Ultra marathon runner.
Ultra?
Oh yeah, ultra marathons.
Like, you mean the ones where they go through the desert, or
Yeah.
like run through the desert, or stupid things like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't even watch that. It's get tired watching it, so I couldn't do it, definitely. I know there are some things I just cannot see myself doing ever. Lots of things. I can't think of any right now that I can't do. But there's just so many out there. You know. But I did, I'm going to get off track here, but there is something, I bagged. I was a bagger. And there is something below bagger, believe it or not. And I experienced it. It's called general. General is all the things in a supermarket nobody wants to do. And I did all of them. So it's setting out the rat traps, cleaning the meat grinder, spraying the pesticide. It's horrible. And, I got demoted to that because I stick my hands in my pockets all the time. And the manager hated that. So he's like, "You're going down. We're sending you down to general." But he said, you work really hard, you can get back to bagger. So, that's the carrot. The carrot. but but still deal with my girlfriend, all the time. Nothing new there. And I do love her. I just don't love being with her. So that's okay. Yeah. So she agrees with it. So we're loving each other at this very moment. She's at home. And next, I think we're gonna deepen my love next month. I'm gonna go to Hawaii, and I'm gonna really deepen the love. So that's like 2,000 miles away. Yeah, the love will grow. But sometimes she says things in anger, and she means every one of them. Honestly, she told me I was much happier before I met you when I lived alone by myself. And I said, "What's the difference?" And she said, "You weren't there. That's the difference." I said, go easy on me. I had a rough childhood. My mom would lock me in basements, closets, all those things. One time, brought me up from the basement. I said, "Why? Why'd you lock me in the basement?" And she said, I'm sorry. I had to put your brother in the closet." You know. And then I was made fun of a lot, by my family, my parents. The lisp, the stutter, dyslexia, all the boxes, really. And it's always an easy target. My parents said they were preparing me for when I would get bullied in school, which sounds like a good idea, actually. But then after a while, I was thinking, they really enjoy this too much, making fun of me. And I said, do you enjoy making fun of me? And they're like, yes, we do. They were honest. They were truthful. That's what I liked about them. No gaslighting, really. They never gaslit. It was very honest, And my dad, I think his conscience got the better of him one time, and he came to see me, and he's like, "I'm sorry. I'm not going to make fun of you anymore. I'm going to make fun of you and your brother." And that's fair. That's fair. Fairness. That's what I liked. That's what I liked about him. But now I just contend with my girlfriend, really, and left my awful childhood behind. And I did get an emotional support dog. Brought him home. He went right for the trash. And I don't think it's working out. It didn't seem very supportive going through the trash. But I don't know. And eventually he's like, "I'm out of here. I can't deal with him." He probably ran back to the shelter, safer there. But my mom, she's just had enough of me. She doesn't want to talk to me anymore. That's okay. I don't need my mom. She's useless. But thank you all for listening.
Would you like your phone back?
Oh, yes, please.
I'm not going to throw it.
No, I don't know.
Lee Schwartz, everyone. Let's give it up for Lee, the Matador Schwartz. So, yeah, I don't know if you can tell by anything, but I am first generation Mexican-American. ¿Qué pasa? Órale, what's up? But it's fun feeling like an undercover Latino these days because I'm far more likely to be mistaken for ICE to be taken by ICE. Anyways, that's the joke. But let's see. I've got 5 different hustles going on right now. I try to get by, one of which is doing moving work, which is fine because it brings in money, but also sometimes I don't feel Mexican enough, so it's nice to do some manual labor every now and then. Plus, with ICE running around, I could easily pick up a shift at Home Depot. But a couple of weeks ago, one of these moving jobs, I'm usually the helper. I don't get to drive, but the driver, he wanted me to drive because he was tired, and so he leans over and makes the joke like, "Oh, you're driving the short bus, huh?" And they got me thinking about the term short bus because it's a short bus is supposed to be insulting to people, right? Because it's a short bus, But have you ever been on the long bus? Like the long bus is not that it's not that much better. I've seen like pools of vomit just travel back and forth, depending if the bus is accelerating or braking. I've also seen that with people, just someone who couldn't find a seat just collapsed through a tantrum, and every time the bus would just speed up, you go shooting to the back, slow down, shoot into the front. But anyways, fortunately for me, I don't have to deal with the long bus, the short bus, any bus now because I've been cruising around in a bitchin' yellow vet recently. Yeah, that's right. I've been cruising around in a bitchin' yellow vet. Although I haven't been able to like meet women with it. I don't understand. You know, I thought I'd get a bitchin' yellow vet, and women would just start. I wouldn't be able to beat them off with a stick. But I don't know what it is. Like as far as I know, a used 1982 Chevy Chevette's a perfectly fine car. You know. Anyways. Let's see what else. What else is in the news? Like a year ago, Hall and Oates broke up. Who else is devastated by Hall and Oates breaking up? Can you believe that there's beef between Hall and Oates? And got me thinking. Like, do you think John Oates ever worked up the courage to ask Daryl Hall, like, why don't we go as Oates and Hall? Yeah, I figured like at some point it might have gotten a little liquored up or something, or just had a little, you know. And probably worked up enough courage. Like, Daryl, let me ask you a question. You know, we've been together for a while now, and you know, we tour as Hall and Oates, and at least for one tour, would you consider us going as Oates and Hall? You know, I sing a couple songs, I play guitar. Like, what do you think about it? And then Daryl would be like, John, listen, you know, it's like I'm Daryl Hall, I'm the singer, right? So my name goes first, you know, because I'm the singer, and plus also, John, you kind of look like Kenny Powers from Eastbound and Down. And then John Oates would be like, what do you mean I look like Kenny Powers from Eastbound and Down? Like that show doesn't exist yet. And then Daryl Hall would be like, how do you know it doesn't exist yet? Like, see, now you're just being difficult. This is why it's Hall and Oates, you know? It's funny to me. I don't care. I'm going to keep it. Yeah, fuck it. I had just taken a fresh hit of the jazz lettuce when I wrote that one. That's probably why I don't know. That's a dumb joke. Whatever. But this next gentleman doesn't have a bitchin' yellow vet, but he's got the coolest white Volvo you've ever seen. He's the head of the Film Actors Cafe, and he does a drop-in class every Tuesday at 7 p.m. here at 10835 Santa Monica Boulevard, which is also known as LA School of Comedy. Please welcome to the stage, Aaron McIntyre.
Yay! Oh, yeah. Griff, it's been so long. It's great to see you here again, lad. You know, I started recently talking about what a mess I am, because I am. I mean, it's just it's everything, you know. The bald is one thing, you know. I used to have the beard because it kind of helped out. Then I shaved that off, and now if I wear yellow and black, you know, yellow suit and black shoes, I look like a number 2 pencil. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's bad. And hair grows everywhere on my body but where I want it, right? You know, at the top of my head. You know, a lot of people, when they go bald, you know, they just get bald, and then they've got hair around here. That's acceptable. That's acceptable. I didn't have that. I had like little patches of hair everywhere. And so, you know, I figured out that if I grew the front little patch out really long and then just pushed it back, it would kind of cover everything up. So I did a comb back instead of comb over. But then it was really bad because then I'd go out into the wind, you know, and it'd be like one of those little balloon people outside the car dealership. So I decided I'd go, you know, and of course I go into the, you know, my hairdresser, and I said, you know, I kept going in and going, you know, this is really fucking bad. You know, should I just shave it off? And oh, no, we'll make it look good. Of course, she didn't want to lose a customer because now she doesn't have one, right? Because I do this, you know, every couple of days in the shower. It's, you know, pretty easy. So yeah, I got hair on my ears, you know, it's starting to get a little shaggy over here, so I got to shave my ears, which is kind of bad. It's all over my back, it's on my ass, you know, it's just everywhere that I don't want it. And what is it with the people with the top knots? You know, the top knots and the shaved sides, you know, because it's like a fuck you to bald people. You know, it's like, I can shave it where you can grow it. I really don't like that. Let's see here. What else? I've got really hard nipples. really hard nipples. They itch sometimes. It's bad, and I don't know. I go to the doctor, and the doctor can't figure it out. I've got a stupid esophagus, like a really, stupid esophagus. Hey, what's up? It's JR, ladies and gentlemen, straight from the set of Dallas. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, JR. That's right, that's right. Keep them close.
No, not German. Southern.
Oh, Southern. All right. I'll do that too, y'all. I'll do that too, y'all. Let's see here. I'm just going through all of my my deficiencies and problems. Mentally ill, I got bipolar, ADD, not ADHD. I'm too lazy for that. I don't like standing up. I don't like standing up.
I like sitting down.
I like sitting down. That's. I still sit down when I pee, and that's the reason, because it's just easier. I'm not talking to you. Okay? Yeah. That's okay. It's all right. I'm just saying. I'm trying to speak, and yeah. Yeah. So do you like to sit down? I'm going to talk to you because why not? So you like to sit down?
Sit down's good. Sit down comedy. I have Paul Ryan, the guy on the wheelchair, comedian from Arnold's class.
Now it's.
He was great.
Yeah.
He had a whole bunch of handicapped comedians, even one who was in a wheelchair.
Thank you for the review. That's fantastic. I'll look for it. Yeah, I got no ass. I mean, I have one, but you really have to look for it. It's kind of bad. And I got a nose job. Had to get a nose job because I got a deviated septum. And I went into the doctor, and I was like, here's the problem, right? I have a really hard time breathing out of this nostril, and it feels like the whole thing collapses. And then it gets caught under something, and I've got to go like this, and then it clicks. And I said, it fucking drives me nuts. She goes, oh, yeah, okay, we'll fix it. And it was deviated septum, and she fixed it. It's worse. It's worse now, I can't sleep on my left side because the whole thing just kind of collapses, and then I can't breathe, and I'm sitting there all night doing that. So I got to sleep on my right side. Now my shoulder's fucked up on my right side because I'm always sleeping on that. Okay, here's the best part. I'm gonna show you this. This is a demonstration. This is from my father. Thank you, Dad, because he had the same thing. It's a genetic thing. If you'll notice, if I stand on my right foot, I'm this tall. But if I lower myself, my legs are straight, right? If I lower myself to my left leg, I'm fucking like an inch and a half shorter. So this leg is longer than the other one. So I've been thinking about either getting one of them extended or the other one shortened, just so they balance out. Even though when they gave me these stupid little, they gave me this shoe insert, and I said, can't you make them even? And they were like, no, you've been walking around for so long on these two things that if we make them even, now it's going to screw up your back. So now I still have a little limp, but kind of makes me, walk like a black dude, which is kind of cool, because I think, that I've always tried to think, I've always thought of that as very, kind of cool. But if I try to do it, I look stupid, so I don't. Yeah, it's been pretty rough. You've had a rough life with your parents locking you in the closet and stuff like that. I've just had a bunch of accidents and things happen. You fall out of a second-story window on my head, which was it was kind of a ride. I totally blacked out, and then I feel like I astral projected across the field, and like turned around and watched myself fall out of the window like over and over and over. I remember this very clearly. It was like I was falling and falling and falling, and it was like one of those loops. Like those film loops, and it just now it's prophetic, because I was just gonna spend the rest of my life making mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake, because it was stupid. I was squirting a dog, I was squirting a dog in the backyard, and I was a stupid 8-year-old kid, and so. She'd walk toward the house, and I couldn't see her because there was a screen, so I unlatched the screen, and I tried to push it out, and I couldn't push it out. So I was like, "Ah, well, screw it," and I didn't latch it back. And then I decided, I could get her if I stand on the radiator that was right in front of the window. So I'm standing on the radiator with the window here, and she walks toward the house, and I just leaned out over the screen and popped out and fell. But then, then my parents were, we had only been there for like a week in Japan. My dad was the commander of the military base, and they're welcoming him at this cocktail party. So my sister was watching me. And my sister calls them in the middle of this cocktail party and says, "He just fell out of the window." And my mother said, "Well, he better really be hurt." Yeah. And then wouldn't it? Okay, I'm going to ask you this, Griff, because I know you're working on your set, but if your kid, let's say you had a kid, right? If your kid fell out of a second-story window, what would you do?
I'm not there.
No, yeah. Well, if you were there, what would you do?
Assess him.
Maybe
Take him. Call the ambulance.
call the ambulance.
Maybe myself.
Exactly.
Bring into action.
Exactly. Yeah, that's not what my parents did. My parents put me in a bathtub and washed me. They cleaned me up so when I went to the hospital, I wasn't muddy. I was like, it's ridiculous. She was not a real, they weren't really great.
Lose more blood.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I got revenge. I got to go take care of my mom last 6 months of her life, and did a great job. She died, and that's what she wanted. So I felt like I'd done a mitzvah, as they say, since it is Kama Sutra right now. It's Kama Sutra day. You can't twist you can't twist yourself on today after sundown. Yes, I know it's Yom Kippur. I'm sorry. I don't want to be blasphemous. Is that blasphemous to call it? This is comedy. Okay, well, this has been fun. This has been really fun. Like a fun house with scary clowns in the background. I do have an acting class here, 7 p.m. on Tuesday nights. Please show up. We're growing. We're getting bigger. And we work on comedy scripts. And if you're going to be a comic, you don't want somebody coming up going, "Hey, man, you want to be in this movie?" And then you got to go, "Oh, okay, well, I better start taking some acting classes." Because you may think that you got it, but it's a craft. You got to learn it. Am I right, Billy? Yeah, thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much. I'm Aaron McIntyre. You can find me at Aaron McIntyre, AERON MACINTYRE. See you.
Tough crowd, huh? Right? Yeah, and it's all right. It's all right. I can handle it because I grew up under the rule of La Chancla, so I'm used to tough crowds and tough feedback. My mom was lethal with the chancla. She could I don't know how she could boomerang it like an Australian, but also do it with the precision of a Dominican relief pitcher. She loved hitting me with the chancla, and so much so that that's the reason I'm a comedian, I think. It's the chancla. And pretty sure that my mom actually ended up... it's like, I wonder, like, sometimes, when I'm hanging out in my not a house, or just, reviewing my portfolio, which is nothing more than an old trapper keeper full of coupons. Like, I wonder, like, what could I have accomplished if I had taken fewer chancla smacks growing up, By the way, chancla smacks are a part of a delicious, nutritious Latino breakfast. You can find chancla smacks in the cereal aisle next to special Que Pasa Cabron and Honey Nut Pendejos, Yeah, anyway, it's kind of clever. Maybe I could have been a VP of marketing at some Fortune 500 company and had one of those KY 401s, But now instead, I'm still looking for a full-time job in marketing, sending out resumes and cover letters. And I still, to this day, don't understand the purpose of a cover letter. I mean, like the resume, it's already a perfect document outlining your skills and chronological and everything. But then, oh no, now you got to turn it into a narrative story. You know, like like I just don't suspect that. I'm hoping that people with qualified resumes aren't getting rejected because of their cover letters. You know, it's like just imagine you're hiring someone to build you a rocket or something like Say, oh yeah, you're the most. Based on your resume, you're the most qualified rocket scientist I've ever imagined. But oh man, Garamond though, I don't know about that. It's. But at the same time, like I'm hoping that unqualified people aren't getting hired just because of cover letters. Although I'm pretty sure that's how the government is operating right now, or has ever operated. But just imagine you're hiring for an important position, and then someone shows up and it was clearly unqualified. Is the cover letter going to be enough? Like, just imagine everyone like, all right, thank you, thanks for joining me here today. Nice to meet you. What would you say your name was? Juice. Okay, Juice. Okay. Thanks. Here's resume. Okay, let me take a look at your resume, Juice. Okay. Oof, Juice. This is the worst resume I've ever seen in my life. It says here that you haven't worked in 28 years, and the last thing you did was run a VHS rental store in Davenport, Iowa. Is that correct, Juice? Juice, I'm telling you, this is based on this resume. I don't see a reason why I should hire you. But thanks to your cover letter, though, whew, if I may borrow a word from your cover letter, I was enraptured, okay? So just based on your cover letter and your cover letter alone, congratulations, you have the job. Tomorrow morning, you start as head of pediatrics here at Cedars-Sinai, Now, I'm hoping that's not happening, but anyways, this next comedian, he doesn't need a cover letter because his comedy resume speaks for itself. Please welcome to the stage, Griff James.
Thank you.
I just got bullshit tonight. I'm working tonight. All right. I liked your Charlie Kirk material at the beginning. I keep getting called Charlie Kirk. I don't like it. Actually, let's do it. Let's have a moment of silence for him.
I thought you were going to ask me to come up. You're going to cross me down and you're going to ask me questions.
About what? Is this even on?
Yeah, it's on.
It's on. There's just no one here. Yeah. Do you guys have celebrity lookalikes? Sorta.
You mean as lookalike like me, or no lookalikes for other celebrities? Because I have a whole group that's lookalikes for Bill and everybody.
One more time. No, like celebrity is like when someone says you look like this famous person.
Years ago, I used to go for Halloween as the Can You Hear Me Now guy.
I haven't even. Oh, okay. I can picture that.
I heard Seinfeld, but I don't agree with that. Toby from The Office. Because I don't think Seinfeld is a good-looking person.
Yeah, and you're a model, so. Okay, that's a good one. I don't like it when people say that. I never get a good one. The one I keep getting is The Good Doctor. I don't know if you guys have seen that show. Damn, you guys see. That's like a weird one because it's not like super offensive, but it's not like they're saying Brad Pitt. So it's like haunting me. I keep thinking about it all the time. Like I'll be with a group of people and it'll get quiet and I'll just be like, would you guys bang the guy from The Good Doctor?
I think if you did it, try to do it, people would think that was not PC if you tried to imitate an autistic guy.
Okay, so that one's out. Cross that one off the list.
Not high up enough on the ladder.
Yeah.
But then again, wait.
Oh, I opened the door to too much. Just
Yeah.
Wait, but if you're special needs, can't you make fun of special needs?
wait. I'm not doing a seminar right now. It's okay. It's okay.
Not HR.
Okay, give me my $10 back. I need an extra 10. I'm teaching. I teach a class here now. I teach a class now here. All right, so I recently went through a breakup like 2 months ago, and I had this one fight with my ex where she had a dream that she asked to see my phone, and I was suspicious. So she woke me up out of my sleep and asked to see my phone, and I was suspicious. It was a dream come true for her. Not in the right way, but it's crazy. I acted guilty, but I wasn't hiding anything on my phone. I just look guilty when I get accused of stuff. I'm like a dog. Like if you accuse me of something and say my name in a low voice, I'm gonna look suspicious. Just be like, Griffin. I'm gonna be like, even if I did nothing. And it made me feel like, you remember being in school and you get called to the principal's office, and like I'd be walking down the hallway, and I was a good kid. I knew I didn't do anything wrong, but I was still walking like, do I have a knife in my backpack right now? Like I'm not sure. I might. I don't know. It's funny. She thought I had maybe cheated on her, but I'm not that kind of person. Like I'm not cool like that. I don't do that kind of stuff. Like I'm not a bad boy, you know? Like the baddest thing I do is when I get a cold and I drink NyQuil before I go to bed, I take an extra gulp. That's like as crazy as I get. Because gulp 1, that's to defeat the cold. He needs some.
Yeah. Just the food lately, but that's another story in itself.
Okay, great.
All the chemicals.
Gulp 1, that's to defeat the cold. Gulp 2, that's for daddy. That's because I work hard and daddy deserves a little vacation. That's what the second. I want to wake up and not know where I am. That's what gulp 2 is for. But now I'm back, trying to work out a lot. I'm trying to get in really good shape. Because you know what I really want? I want like, now that I'm single, I want a woman with like just a huge butt. I just gotta speak. That's what I want. I want like a big booty in my life. That's what I want. So now when I go to the gym, I do the Stairmaster. Because I'm trying to take the whole know thy enemy better than I know thyself approach to dating. Because the big booty ladies, they be on the Stairmaster. So I'm trying to like understand their lifestyle. So I'm on the Stairmaster, and then I take a selfie in the gym locker room, and then I fly to Dubai. I'm just trying to get the whole picture.
Excuse me, how do you spell stair?
Like stairs you walk up?
Stairmaster, S-I-R or S-T-A-R-E, staring at their butts.
Oh, okay. You're hired. I just found a writer. I got a punch-up guy now. I'm taking you on the road. We leave tonight. That was good. That's funny. Stairmaster. Okay. I actually do like that. That's funny.
I can't take any more income. Hell, I'm over the 300% bracket already, so what the hell?
Okay. I'll gladly be in your will if you're looking for... Okay.
How about my trust?
Oh, even better. Even better. I'll take it. But yeah, so I grew up in LA, and my parents were always super into fitness, like obsessed with fitness. Like my parents, they work out more than me. And it was kind of hard growing up that way, but now it's a good thing. Like I remember the first time a girl asked me that question, like, do I look fat in this? Like, does this make me look fat? I was prepared. Like I knew how to answer that because my dad had asked me that all the time. So it's like, oh, you look petite and great, Dad. She's like, what? But yeah, and I don't know. Like fitness culture is crazy because people like always have a beverage before they work out. Like some people do like a protein shake or an energy drink. My pre-workout is Uber Eats. Because what I do is I'll get some like spicy chicken tenders and I'll eat them, and then I'll get so guilty that I just did that I just start running. I don't even listen to music. I'm just like, why did I do that? Why did I do that? So it's like pretty good, but I'm trying to eat better because like my diet is horrible, but I still have my metabolism, you know? But like one day it's going to wear off. So I'm trying to eat better because like I'll do a thing where I'll like eat healthy for like a couple days and that's it. Like I'll do like grilled salmon and vegetables for like a few days and then I'm back to my old ways. Like I kind of like grilled salmon is kind of my mistress. Like I'm kind of eating salmon like let's do this for real, baby. Like I'm going to leave the snacks behind. Like I'm going to just do this. I'm all in on you. And then 3 days later, I'm at the grocery store with peanut butter pretzels. And I run into grilled salmon. And salmon's like, hey. And I got to turn to my pretzels and be like, this bitch is crazy. I've never seen her before in my life. I swear. But yeah, I was actually on a run. I run at night, and I was on a run the other night, and it was like 11 p.m. and I saw this like he looked like 10, like a 10-year-old boy, just sitting on the curb by himself. And I was running, and I saw him, and I was thinking to myself, like, should I talk to this? Like, should I do something? Like, does this kid need help? But I didn't, because I'm so in my head, like, I don't want to look like a creep. Because my biggest fear is, like, I'm going to be helping that kid, and then some woman is going to see me and be like, he is not helping that kid. And then I'm in trouble. And I think it's just like we have a toxic society right now where everyone's like so afraid of looking like a pedophile. But kids still need help. So who do you think is going to help them? Exactly. Exactly. This is a call and response bit. I honestly, I feel like the Epstein thing has just broken everyone's brain. Because, like, no matter if you're, like, Democrat or Republican, like, they're all involved. I'm suspicious of, like, every celebrity, every politician. I'm even suspicious of islands at this point. Like, islands are a problem. Like, think about, like, evil people do evil stuff on islands. Like, you never hear about some real evil shit going down in Omaha. Like, it's always on the island. Like, islands are, like, the worst people. Like, Epstein Island, Cayman Islands, people are hiding money. Love Island. Like, islands are just for horrible people. I think we need to ban islands, honestly. Unless, like, we need to get everybody off islands because people just think rules don't apply to them on islands. We got to ban everybody except, like, if you're a native, you can stay. Like, if you live in Hawaii and you look like the guy from Moana, you can stay. But everyone else has to go back to Connecticut and behave. Is there one more I want to try on here? Nah, I'll be done. Thank you.
Let's give it up for Griff James. Well, this is a very tidy, fast-moving set. So once again, for Griff James and Lee Schwartz and Aaron McIntyre and our entire audience, JR. I've been Billy Ramirez, your host for Wacky Wednesday Open Mic here at LA School of Comedy, located at 10835 Santa Monica Boulevard. You can catch us live again on Friday for Funky Friday, 7 o'clock. Sign-ups start at 6:30. So until then, keep your stick on the ice and good things will happen.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
When you were in high school, did you guys have like